John just competed at GGP Toledo today. We just want to showcase this very, very aggressive goat deck that's been cooking up several folks this weekend. Go ahead, John. Introduce us to your deck.
Tokens.
This was the token you got for the GGP. And
yes, this was for goat today.
This is for the REDU tournament.
This was for REDU yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, let's get onto the deck profile.
Yeah, for sure. So for main, we had one Berserk Gorilla. This has been making waves recently. Is great against going over Kaiku. It trades, well, not trades, but it at least goes even with Spy, which is pretty decent. Then we got Breaker, standard. We got 2 Assailant. I think 2 Assailant's pretty good. Don't really think there's a need for a third one just because we have the 1 Warrior Lady. Again, all 3 are searchable with Rhoda. So I think the 2-1 is pretty nice. And then we got Exiled for the sets. We got 2 Gigantes. This is mostly for later in the game. When you've exhausted some of your bigger monsters, Gigantes is pretty good to push even further, get more aggro. And this is where you'll really see it. If you didn't see it already from the Gigantes, triple gaff. This guy's a great beater. He goes even with Chaos Sorcerer, which did come up once. It was pretty clutch. It was a simplified game state, and then I was able to trade with Sork. It was pretty good. And then he just applies great pressure. And since you run the Gigantes, you don't really care if it gets hopped over. So he's pretty good, and he's searchable with Rhoda. Then we run. This is the Gumo part of the deck. 2 Jirai Gumo. I opted to go with 2 Gumo and then the 1 Gorilla. Just because if you call the coin flip wrong, it is pretty tough. There was one scenario where I did unfortunately lose to the coin flip, but in general, he's pretty good, and your opponent really does have to deal with this guy. If not, he will cause a lot of trouble. And then lastly, to round out the monsters is Mystic Swordsman level 2. For spells, we got Duo, we got Graceful,
Obvious.
Standard. For back row hate, we got Heavy and MST, also standard. Double Knock, we got Pot. We got the 2 equip, we got
Prem,
double Rhoda, and then Snatch to round out the spells. All pretty standard, I feel like.
Yeah, standard goat control.
Yeah,
spell lineup.
And then here's the spice. We got triple drop offs. This did definitely come in clutch quite a few times today. It was able to hit a few good hits. My round 2, I went up against like a Go Control, and I was able to hit a Scapegoat and a Meta, so that was great. This really helps keep the momentum in your favor, and then or help you get there on top of the big monsters. So it's really tough. They can't get around this. Honestly, it's pretty great. For standard spells, we got Mirror Force, we got the Ring.
Obvious, yeah.
And then Triple Solemn.
Triple Judgment. This card is always live, to be
honest. this card is always live. This card is great in most scenarios. The plus is greater than the cost, in my opinion. That card is way too good. And then we got Triple Time Seal to pair with the drop-offs.
Time Seal. Basically, skip your opponent's draw phase.
For sure, definitely. It definitely it helps with the momentum, and then making the game state simplified for you to sit on your big monsters, and then they have trouble to respond, and if they can't, then you pretty much win. Then to round off the standard traps, we got torrential, and then triple dust shoot. This helps. This pairs well with the time seals and the drop
Yeah,
offs.
a lot of playing with the opponent's hand.
Yeah, for sure. We'll quickly go over side here. We got 2 kinetic soldier for the warrior matchup.
Remember, guys, it's a earth, not a light. Don't get tripped up by somebody's messed up copies.
Definitely. This is for the warrior matchup. Warrior is generally just more consistent. And so if you can sit on this guy, then you're chilling. Then we got 2 Wangu. This is for the goat control deck. And this did come up a few times today. Double Kaiku for the chaos decks.
Card's insane.
Yes, this card
Kaiku's insane. Bro.
Kaiku is fantastic. In my opinion,
He's so great. Insane. We got a non-believer over
He is self-explanatory. Then to round off the monsters in the side, we got 1 Mobius.
Mobius is pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think in general, got the 1 Minecon. I wasn't able to capitalize with this too much today, but I think in theory it's pretty good. Especially if you go against Turbo. It just sets them back so much. But I was not able to abuse it to its fullest. But the theory's there. Then we got 2 Mystic Walk for the burn. I did play 1 burn today, and I did see it once, but unfortunately my opponent just had 2 desserts, so it didn't really matter. So, but this is specifically for the burn. And it's nice because most of your monsters are pretty big, and so you'll gain a decent amount of life points. We got 1 smashing, again for warrior, and also for the chaos monsters. And then we got 2 compulse. I like compulse because it can protect your monsters from Mirror Force, Saku, or TT, or it can also just again keep momentum in your favor by putting your opponent back a turn. So really depends on the situation, but it's free compared to Phoenix Wing Wing Blast. So I really like this card. And then lastly, to round off the side deck, we got 2 Dust Tornado. Again, this is for burn and probably control. It was okay today. That rounds out the main and the side. Again, shout outs Nick for hosting the tournaments. These were great.
This was the VIP entry mat.
Yes, this was the VIP entry mat. This was
a redo format mat, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool mat.
Arsenal, TGU, obviously Light Pulsar Pulsar. You got some Insector, Saber. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Some dinos, rabbit.
So shout out to Nick and the entire RRC crew.
Also shout out to my homeboys in Atlanta, Shruk, Aaron, Jorge. Yeah, shout out my boys. And then also shout out some Savannah guys. We got Mitchell, Joe, Michael, Landon, Lee. Shout out those guys. They're all great duelists. They're all my best buddies. And I would not be the duelist I am today without those guys. So shout out to them. And yeah, that's everything.
All right, thank you guys for watching. This is Sumo Gumo. Comment, like, subscribe. Peace out.
See you.